Ever wonder why some riders walk away from crashes that should have been their last ride? The difference between a close call and a tragedy often comes down to those few pounds of engineered protection on your head. Today, we're counting down the top-rated motorcycle helmets for 2025 from every major manufacturer that could literally save your life. From track-tested carbon fiber masterpieces to budget-friendly brain buckets that punch way above their weight classes, these aren't just helmets, they're life insurance you wear. Number 10. Starting our countdown at number 10, we've got the LS2 FF811 Vector 2, which just snagged MCN's award for best helmet under 200 pounds. Now, LS2 might be younger than most riders' bikes, founded in Barcelona in 1999 by industry veterans who believed premium protection shouldn't require a second mortgage. These guys looked at the helmet market and said, we can democratize safety. The Vector 2 rocks a fiberglass composite shell that delivers impact protection usually reserved for helmets costing twice as much. They've included an integrated drop-down sun visor that operates smoothly even with gloves on, and the whole package meets the stringent ECE 22.06 safety standard that came into effect recently. What really sets this Spanish challenger apart is the attention to aerodynamics. The shell shape was refined to reduce buffeting at highway speeds, addressing a common complaint with budget lids. The ventilation system features multiple intake and exhaust ports that actually work, not just decorative scoops like you'll find on some competitors. The interior liner is removable and washable, using moisture-wicking materials that help manage sweat on those hot summer rides. LS2 also included a pinlock-ready visor straight out of the box, which typically costs an extra $50 with other manufacturers. Here's what's really impressive. LS2 has managed to incorporate features like emergency release cheek pads, the kind of detail that can make the difference between life and death if medical personnel need to remove your helmet after a crash. They're essentially taking the safety innovations developed for MotoGP and making them accessible to everyday riders. The FF811 Vector 2 proves you don't need to drop $1,000 to get solid head protection. If you're digging this countdown of life-saving gear, smash that hype button, YouTube's new feature that helps channels like mine reach more riders who need this crucial safety info. At number 9, the Sedici Strada 3 is rewriting the rules for entry-level helmets. While most budget manufacturers save money by producing just 1 or 2 shell sizes, resulting in smaller riders looking like bobbleheads or larger riders getting inadequate EPS thickness, Sedici went completely against the grain. They're offering 3 distinct shell sizes and 5 different EPS liner densities in a $300 helmet, something you typically only see in premium models pushing 4 figures. The shell construction uses fiberglass composite rather than the polycarbonate plastic that dominates this price range. Why does this matter? Fiberglass disperses impact energy across a wider area and weighs significantly less than polycarbonate. Your neck will thank you after a long day in the saddle. The weight distribution is also better balanced, reducing the pendulum effect that causes neck fatigue when checking mirrors or looking through corners. Sedici didn't stop at the shell. The visor mechanism uses stainless steel components rather than plastic, meaning it won't develop that annoying wobble after a season of use. The face shield itself offers excellent optical clarity and comes with anti-fog preparation. Inside, you'll find speaker pockets designed to accommodate 45mm drivers, actual functional pockets, not the token indentations some manufacturers pass off as communication ready. The ventilation channels were clearly designed by people who actually ride. Air flows from the chin bar and forehead vents through carved channels in the EPS, exiting through rear exhausts that create negative pressure to pull hot air out. Small details like reflective material on the neck roll and a chin curtain that actually stays in place show that Sedici understands what riders need. For $300, the Strada 3 delivers features and build quality that embarrass helmets costing twice as much. Number 8 brings us Italian passion with the AGV K6S, tipping the scales at just 1,298 grams, currently the lightest full-face road helmet available. AGV's story began in 1947 when Gino Amisano started crafting leather saddles in Valenza, Italy. By 1954, he'd shifted to fiberglass helmets after seeing English riders with their crude pudding bowl protection. Amisano didn't just make helmets, he revolutionized motorcycle racing marketing by hanging the first trackside advertising banners in 1958. The K6S utilizes a carbon and aramid fiber shell that exceeds ECE 22.06 standards by 36%. That's not meeting the minimum, that's obliterating it. AGV developed this helmet using their extreme safety protocol, which considers both linear and rotational impacts. The aerodynamics were refined through countless hours in the wind tunnel, resulting in zero buffeting even when you're tucked behind a sport bike's windscreen at triple-digit speeds. What AGV's achieved with ventilation is remarkable. Despite the compact shell, air flows efficiently from the adjustable forehead and chin vents through internal channels, keeping your head cool without creating whistling noises. The UltraVision 190-degree visor provides peripheral vision that rivals an open-faced helmet, crucial when you're navigating traffic or apexing corners on the track. The visor mechanism operates with precision. No play, no wobble, just smooth action even after thousands of cycles. This helmet carries the legacy of protecting legends like Giacomo Agostini's 15 World Championships and currently guards 9-time World Champion Valentino Rossi. The K6S benefits from decades of feedback from the world's fastest riders, translated into technology accessible to weekend warriors. When you wear AGV, you're not just buying Italian style, you're investing in 75 years of obsessive safety development. Landing at number 7, the HJC RPHA-1N showcases South Korean precision engineering. HJC has focused exclusively on helmets since 1971, becoming the world's largest helmet manufacturer by volume. They supply more riders globally than any other brand, from commuters in Seoul to racers at the Isle of Man TT. This massive scale allows them to invest heavily in research while keeping prices reasonable. The RPHA-1N meets FIM racing homologation standards, the same requirements MotoGP helmets must pass. The shell combines carbon fiber with carbon glass hybrid fabric through their PIM Plus Premium Integrated Matrix Plus process, creating a structure that's both incredibly strong and surprisingly light. The manufacturing process involves laying multiple sheets of material in specific orientations to optimize strength where it's needed most while minimizing weight elsewhere. HJC's advanced channeling ventilation system isn't marketing fluff. It features 5 intake vents and 4 exhaust ports strategically positioned based on computational fluid dynamics modeling. The center top vent can be operated with thick winter gloves, and the chin bar vent actually directs air up into the visor to reduce fogging. The Silvercool interior uses silver nanoparticles for antibacterial properties. Your helmet stays fresher longer between washes. The emergency release system allows first responders to remove the cheek pads by pulling red tabs, enabling safer helmet removal if you're injured. The shield includes a pinlock insert and is ready for tear-offs if you're heading to the track. Speaking of which, the RPHA-1N accommodates the HANS device perfectly, showing HJC's commitment to serious safety. 4 shell sizes ensure proper proportions regardless of your head size. The RPHA-1N proves that meeting the highest racing standards doesn't require selling your motorcycle to afford the helmet. At number 6 sits the Bell Racestar DLX Flex, carrying forward American innovation that started in 1954. Roy Richer began making helmets in his California shop after friend George Boscovich suffered a head injury racing. By 1968, Bell revolutionized motorcycling with the Star model, the world's first full-face motorcycle helmet. This single innovation has probably prevented more fatalities than any other advancement in rider safety. The Racestar DLX Flex employs Bell's proprietary Flex Impact Liner, featuring 3 distinct layers designed to manage low, mid, and high-speed impacts differently. Traditional EPS manages 1 impact speed well. This 3-layer approach optimizes protection across the spectrum of crash scenarios. The magnetic cheek pad system makes maintenance simple. They practically jump out for washing, then snap back perfectly. No more fighting with snaps or wondering if you've seated them correctly. The Panovision Pro Tint Photochromic Shield is the headline feature. This shield automatically adjusts from clear to dark based on UV exposure, essentially giving you perfect tint without swapping shields or wearing sunglasses. That technology typically adds $200 to other helmets, but Bell includes it standard. The transition happens in seconds, perfect for riding through varying light conditions like tree-covered canyons or entering tunnels. Bell partnered with MIPS, Multi-Directional Impact Protection System, early, integrating the Swedish brain protection technology that allows the helmet to rotate slightly on impact, reducing rotational forces transmitted to your brain. The ventilation includes the Velocity Flow system with Flow Adjust. Basically, you can tune how much air flows through based on your riding position and speed. Bell's also included speaker pockets perfectly positioned for Sena and Cardo units. After nearly 7 years of protecting American riders, Bell continues pushing boundaries in both safety and functionality. Number 5 showcases German engineering excellence with the Schuberth C5 modular helmet. Schuberth started making protective headgear in 1922, accumulating a century of expertise in keeping humans safe in dangerous environments. They've produced helmets for Formula One, military aviation, and firefighters before bringing that expertise to motorcycling. Their Magdeburg facility houses one of the most advanced acoustic wind tunnels in Europe, where they obsess over aerodynamics and noise reduction. The C5 represents the pinnacle of touring helmet design. While it weighs 3.8 pounds, heavier than carbon race helmets, the weight distribution and balance make it feel lighter during all-day rides. The modular design allows you to flip up the chin bar at rest stops without removing the helmet, and it's P/J homologated, meaning it's legally certified for use in both closed and open configurations in Europe. Schuberth's acoustic optimization is legendary. Through careful management of aerodynamics and strategic placement of noise-dampening materials, they've created one of the quietest helmets available. At 70 miles per hour, the noise level measures around 82 decibels, quiet enough to reduce fatigue on long touring days. The ventilation system operates via a single top vent control that manages multiple air channels, simplifying operation while maintaining efficiency. The anti-roll-off system prevents the helmet from rotating forward in a crash, while the reflective panels increase visibility at night. Schuberth pre-installed channels for their SC2 communication system, so adding Bluetooth doesn't compromise the helmet's integrity or aerodynamics. The visor features a city position, slightly cracked for low-speed ventilation without fully opening. Every detail serves the touring rider's needs, from the CoolMax lining that manages moisture to the wind collar that reduces noise and drafts. The C5 proves Germans understand that comfort and safety are inseparable on long journeys. At 4, the Arai Region X embodies 3 generations of Japanese perfectionism. Hirotaki Arai began making motorcycle helmets in 1952 when quality helmets were unavailable in post-war Japan. As an avid motorcyclist himself, he understood that riders needed better protection than the leather caps and crude helmets available. When his racetrack friends asked him to build proper helmets, he created Japan's first fiberglass motorcycle helmets using resin and expanded polystyrene foam. Every single Arai helmet remains handmade in Japan, with each shell personally signed by the craftsman who created it. The manufacturing process involves over 18 steps just for the shell, with multiple quality checks throughout. If one helmet in a batch fails testing, Arai destroys the entire batch. They destroy approximately 4,000 helmets annually through this quality control process. This commitment to perfection explains why Arai helmets command premium prices. The Region X uses Arai's PBCLC, peripherally belted complex laminate construction shell, designed to glance off obstacles rather than catching and transmitting rotational forces. This philosophy differs from other manufacturers who focus on pure impact absorption. The shell maintains a smooth round shape that Arai calls the R75 shape concept, maximizing glancing performance. The facial contour system employs spring-loaded foam supports that maintain comfort without creating pressure points during long rides. The ventilation uses Arai's free flow system with a 3-position chin vent, 5-position top vents, and multiple exhaust ports. The interior uses Arai's dry-cool liner with adjustable temple and crown pads for microfitting. The emergency release system allows medical personnel to remove the helmet safely. Joey Dunlop won 26 Isle of Man TT races wearing Arai helmets, and Jonathan Rea claimed 6 World Superbike Championships with Arai. That racing pedigree directly benefits every Region X owner. Bronze medal goes to the Alpinestars Supertech R10 Carbon, representing the Italian company's 5-year development program to create the ultimate racing helmet. Alpinestars has protected riders since 1963, primarily through boots and leathers, but they approached helmet design with fresh eyes and unlimited resources. They recruited engineers from Formula One and aerospace industries, refusing to accept traditional motorcycle helmet limitations. The R10 uses a 3K carbon fiber shell in 4 sizes, ensuring optimal shell-to-head proportions for every rider. The carbon weave isn't just for weight savings, it provides exceptional penetration resistance while allowing controlled deformation to absorb impacts. The shell weighs just 1,350 grams in medium, but the real innovation lies in the multi-density EPS liner with 5 different zones, each optimized for specific impact scenarios based on extensive crash data analysis. Alpinestars' A-head fitment system represents a paradigm shift in helmet customization. The kit includes multiple thickness pads for the crown, temples, and cheeks, allowing millimeter-precise adjustments. Professional racers can literally tune their helmet fit for different tracks, tighter for high-speed circuits where stability matters, slightly looser for tight technical tracks requiring more head movement. The hydration system compatibility means you can install a drinking tube without compromising safety. The aerodynamics were developed using computational fluid dynamics, then validated through hundreds of wind tunnel hours. The rear spoiler generates downforce at speed, reducing lift and buffeting. The emergency release system uses color-coded pulls that first responders can operate even with the rider face down. The visor uses a metal locking mechanism inspired by fighter jet canopies. EQRS, Emergency Quick Release System, allows complete cheek pad removal in seconds. For $1,149, you're getting tech developed for MotoGP, adapted for serious track day enthusiasts and racers. Our runner-up, the Shoei X15, was developed by Marc Marquez, 8-time world champion and arguably the most aggressive rider in MotoGP. Shoei's heritage stretches back to 1958 when Eitaro Kamato left his family's restaurant business to pursue helmet manufacturing. The company pioneered numerous innovations: the world's first carbon fiber helmet, GRZ, in 1976, the first coverless shield system, and the first integrated ventilation system. Every advancement came from real-world racing feedback. The X15's AIM Plus shell uses Shoei's latest hand-laid fiberglass construction, with elastic organic fibers that allow controlled deformation during impacts. The shell meets the Triple Crown of certifications: DOT FMVSS 218, ECE 22.06, and FIM homologation. The FIM standard is particularly stringent, requiring helmets to protect against the extreme forces encountered in professional racing. The shell comes in 4 sizes, maintaining proper proportions across all head sizes. The aerodynamics were developed in Shoei's proprietary wind tunnel, installed at their Ibaraki factory in 2011. The design minimizes drag while generating stabilizing downforce through the integrated rear spoiler. Vortex generators on the sides manage airflow to reduce buffeting. The CWR F2R Racing Shield provides massive field of view with Pinlock EVO fog resistance and tear-off compatibility for racing. The shield mechanism uses metal components throughout for absolute precision. Inside, the 3D Max Dry liner uses multiple densities and thicknesses to optimize both comfort and safety. The center pad features different densities front to rear to support your head properly in a racing tuck. Emergency cheek pad release allows safe removal by medical personnel. Every X15 is handmade by Shoei's 470 specialized craftsmen in Japan, with production limited by their refusal to compromise quality for quantity. This is Marc Marquez's actual race helmet, available to civilians. Taking the crown, the Shoei RF 1400 represents the evolution of the world's most popular premium sport touring helmet. Released in late 2020 as the successor to the beloved RF 1200, Shoei spent 4 years refining every aspect based on feedback from thousands of riders worldwide. The result is a helmet that excels everywhere: street, canyon carving, touring, and track days, without compromising anywhere. The Multiply Matrix AIM shell combines hand-laid fiberglass with organic elastic fibers, creating Shoei's strongest and lightest shell design. The shape was refined through countless wind tunnel sessions, with particular attention to the ventilation slider covers. These new aerodynamic sliders eliminate the whistling that plagued previous generations while improving overall noise reduction. Shoei claims it's their quietest helmet ever, and independent testing confirms noise levels around 98 decibels at highway speeds. The dual-layer multi-density EPS system uses different densities strategically placed based on impact probability data from real-world crashes. The center pad uses 3 different densities to provide comfort while maintaining protective capability. The CWR F2 shield offers massive peripheral vision with Pinlock EVO compatibility and Shoei's QSV2 drop-down sun visor that operates smoothly even after years of use. Ventilation includes a 3-position lower vent, 2 upper vents, and 4 exhaust outlets. The channels carved into the EPS ensure air actually flows where needed, rather than just entering and creating noise. The 3D Max Dry liner wicks moisture while remaining comfortable against skin. Emergency quick release tabs allow safe removal by first responders. With Snell M2020 certification plus a UK Sharp 4-star rating, the RF 1400 exceeds every major safety standard. It embodies 65 years of Japanese craftsmanship, where 50 people touch each helmet during production. For riders seeking one helmet that truly does everything well, the RF 1400 stands alone. There you have it, folks, 10 helmets representing the absolute pinnacle of head protection for 2025. Whether you're drawn to Italian racing heritage, German touring excellence, or Japanese perfectionism, every helmet here can literally save your life. Remember, the best helmet is one that fits properly and meets current safety standards. Everything else is preference. Your brain is irreplaceable, so protect it accordingly. If this countdown helped narrow your search for proper head protection, hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. Each week, we're breaking down the gear, tech, and knowledge that keeps us safe on 2 wheels. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and quality protection on your dome. Ride safe, brothers.